Hello, everybody. It is Coach V, and today we're a little bit more informal. I'm sitting in my most favorite chair in the world in my bedroom, and I wanted to speak with you and pop in for Weekly with Coach V and a little bit more of an informal tip. So today we're speaking about being your authentic self. So what does it mean to be your authentic self? Well, it starts with the recipe, right? Let's talk about the recipe of who you are and what you're doing. So I have a little story for you. My best friend makes the most amazing turkey meatballs. I mean, they're fantastic. And so I asked her the recipe, and of course I couldn't quite get it right. So, I made the recipe my own. It just was like, fine, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to work it out. So my sister decides that she's like, oh man, these meatballs are amazing. I want to make the same kind of meatballs. So I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I'll teach you how to do it. So I showed her, actually I gave her the recipe first. Step one was to provide her with the recipe. She made the recipe, had it at home. Her family decided to taste it, and immediately they were like, these don't taste like Vikisha's meatballs. So she's like, did you not tell me the right thing? What did you not do? What was going on? I don't understand. So I said, no, I told you, do you have this? She's like, yeah. I said, do you have that? Yeah, I got that. I said, okay, fine. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe you need to come over to the house. So one day she comes over, she brings her husband, my parents are with us, and we make the meatballs side by side in the kitchen together. Side by side, same ingredients, same things, same stuff. And we do it moment by moment, blow to blow. Now, the way my kitchen is, you can come in off of either side of the kitchen. And so we both made the meatballs. We cooked them the same exact way. And I was like, all right, cool. We're going to take these meatballs out to the family. We're going to let the family taste them. And we're going to determine whose meatballs are who. So my sister goes out. She gives her husband the meatballs. And her husband tastes the meatball. And immediately he's like, this is not Vikisha's meatball. I don't really know what this is. You made this meatball. And so my sister was like, well, how in the world did you determine that I made this meatball? And I told her, I can tell you what was different. And she says, what do you mean? You saw me make the meatloaf. Why didn't you stop me if it was a different ingredient? And I explained to her that it wasn't the ingredients. We had the exact same ingredients, the same oven, the same temperature, the same everything. But what we did not have is the same pressure when mixing the meat together. As it turned out, my sister does not like the feeling of raw meat in her hands. So when it came time for her to mix the meat together with the ingredients, that she kind of just ran her hands through it really quickly and made the meatballs. Where I took more time to knead the seasoning into the meatball. So it made the meatballs taste different. And I wanted to talk with y'all about that today because we need to learn how to make the recipe our own. I recognized that my best friend knew how to make these meatballs and they were fan-darn-tastic. But I didn't get thrown off about her recipe. I took her recipe and I made it my own. My sister didn't realize that she was trying to mimic my recipe blow by blow, and it just didn't come out the same way. You have to make your circumstance your own. I don't care what you've been taught. I don't care how it has looked. I don't care who has shown you, what guidebook you followed. You are your authentic self, and no one can be you. You are the secret ingredient. You are who it is that makes your whole life or your process or your program or whatever you're working on. You are who you are. And stop trying to be like everyone else and be your authentic self. You're the recipe. It doesn't matter which way you make your meatballs. You just make them be what you would want them to be, the way that you would want them to become, and then they'll just work out the right way. As it turns out, my sister gave up on turkey meatballs. In fact, she makes some of the best beef meatballs and hamburgers you ever do want to taste because she finally recognized that she was the secret ingredient and that she didn't have to mimic my recipe, but it made more sense for her to become her own and to do what she was skilled in and to make that recipe her own. So as you go out today and all days, in everything that you do, no matter what you're working on or how you're getting it together, please know that you are the secret, and make the recipe your own so that you can continue to believe, move, and grow. And until the next time, friends, I thank you so much for joining me for Weekly with Coach V, and we'll pick this up again next Monday. Thank you so much, gang. Believe, move, and grow, and have a fantastic